Forgive me for giving you a tough time every time you're asked where you're from. Yes, I hold everyone to low expectations, all the people from here. It's not what I chose to do.
When people hear Hunts Point, often they think about the Hunts Point produce market, but what we want people to think about is the 12,000 residents that make up this community and the over 3,000 children that live and go to school here each day. Hunts Point is an incredibly special neighborhood. It's a peninsula that's separated from the rest of the South Bronx by a 4-lane highway, the Bruckner Expressway. So we're talking about a neighborhood that is part of the 15th Congressional District of New York with the highest childhood poverty rate in the entire country, which is less than 4.5 miles from the Upper East Side.
It's interesting when people ask me how to describe Hunts Point because I know that a lot of the connotations that they have with the Bronx in general are very negative. So a lot of violence, poverty, or environmental factors that are affecting it. And when you speak with some of the kids, it's infiltrated into them. They also don't see their community as something to be proud of. And I feel like when we work with Hunts Point kids, because of the great work being done within the schools and community-based organizations, there's actually a lot of pride.
In Hunts Point, 3 out of every 5 children are growing up in poverty. The Hunts Point Alliance for Children brings together the 7 schools in this neighborhood and 9 community-based organizations that are serving the children and families to create a neighborhood where every child is ready for kindergarten, ready for middle school, ready for high school, and not only graduating from high school, but ready either for college or a meaningful career.
I came to Hunts Point in 2002 and recognized the need for better educational programs, but then realized that if we could leverage the resources of the community-based organizations and bring all the other schools together, we would have a better chance of creating equal opportunity for all the children, because the beauty is in the children of Hunts Point. And if you can set high expectations for them, they rise to those expectations.
One of the things that we believe at the Hunts Point Alliance for Children is that education is really the key. And it's not only the key to breaking the cycle of poverty, but it's really also the key to unlock the full potential of every child. One of the beliefs that the Hunts Point Alliance for Children has is that by working with students from 5th through 12th grade and then after high school graduation and into college, we can have the most impact.
The Hunts Point Alliance for Children's Community to College Pipeline really focuses on taking children from 0 to 18 and bringing that community all the way through college. Hunts Point Alliance for Children's programs all focus on increasing literacy, building school engagement, and building self-confidence. It takes so much to raise a child in the right way. And when you're coming across a lot of these barriers that we're already starting with, it takes so many more resources. So we start with early childhood education, and we have several programs that focus on children before they go into elementary school or kindergarten. And then we move into our middle school program, what we call the youth development programs. And that's really the key entry point for the community to college pipeline. We start off with the Shakespeare Ensemble, and students work on comprehending and understanding and performing a Shakespearean play.
I'm currently in the Shakespeare program at Hunts Point Alliance for Children. I think most kids should join the HPAC program because it's very fun and you learn a lot of new things, and it helps kids develop their social skills.
In 4th and 5th grade, we also have a Song Corps program. We work with boys who have been identified as hard to engage. Song Corps is a program that works on American history through song. The best part about it is that we see an increase of attendance. They actually show up to school on time, they show up on a regular basis, and so they're happier to be at school, which is what we're hoping for. Once we move on from the Shakespeare and Song Corps program, we get into the 7th and 8th grade Storefront Ensemble. So the Storefront Ensemble's goals are to continue to build writing ability. There are a lot of very common themes that come up with children of that age, struggles that children have been dealing with in their lives as part of growing up in a tough neighborhood. Once children get into high school, we want them to be involved in their school community, and so that's where Mighty Quills was born.
Mighty Quills is a writing program to get girls to express themselves through writing. Here, I got the chance to show who I was through writing.
Mighty Quills has inspired me to become something better.
Another great part of what we do in terms of writing programs is we have a partnership with Kenyon College that sends students to the Kenyon Young Writers Program. It is a 2-week program at the Kenyon College in Ohio campus with other students from around the country. And it's great in terms of building their awareness of the world around them.
The children living in this neighborhood are suffering. And the major thing is lack of access to opportunity.
One of the things that we want for each of our children is hope for the future. And I think that the more that kids see, and the more we're able to say, this is your city, and they believe in the possibility that they will graduate from high school and go to college and have jobs that are fulfilling in ways that they may not be able to understand if they don't see role models, the more that we're changing this community into a place of hope.
I know you can hear me. You hear the people that try to help you, guide you, support you, make you a better person, and support the building of your future. Because you are someone in this world. You and all the people around me are part of who I am. And I will always be a part of who you are and will become.